Hey, so I'm gonna show you how to curl these wigs. This is just the way we do it. If you find a way that works better for you, go ahead. I like to use a heat protecting glove sometimes because sometimes the wigs just get really hot. Like obviously we do it on the on this one, it shows levels of heat. We do it on the second one. It really doesn't need to be hot. I really would not do it very hot. It curls in like 3 seconds. You do not have to hold it very long. It does not like bio hair in that way. So what I do is I take the top part, and of course it has these wefts. It's kind of just a judgment thing, but I just try to do the bottom layer. I don't know, I've never counted the wefts, but I normally just run my hands like you were gonna do like a hairstyle where you would pin it back like this or something. I just do what I would do that feels right there. Sorry, that's not a better explanation. But then I just twist it and I put it over the head like that. And I just use these little like duck beak clips and clip it. So now it's all secure and you're good to go. And the method that we do is we take really not a lot of hair. Like obviously if you have curled regular hair before, which I'm not even that good at, you don't do a lot at a time. Once again, it's low heat. You can run your curling iron over it once if it's kind of messy, but basically just start twisting it around, get it sort of towards the end, like 1, 2, 3, really not that long, and let it go. See, like it's almost too much that I had right there, but you can get like bigger curls or you can get smaller depending on how tight you want to do it. But I really just go for a nice wave. But yeah, so just the first 2 little sections you're gonna take, we curl backwards. So you're gonna twist the curling iron to the left. And you're just gonna, you don't always go towards the end until like the very end of the curling time, and then you can drag it to the bottom. And I always kind of just twist it to get it in place. So you see like those are cute little curls. Obviously do not touch them right now. You don't need to pull on them or anything. Just let them kind of air cool like that. Next strand you're gonna take, and of course it's easier to curl longer wigs. In my opinion, the shorter, the harder it is to get like, well, if you're using a thicker barrel like this, it's a little bit harder, but they're really beautiful either way. So now you're gonna twist your curling iron to the right. As you can see, there's this little bit of hair here. I don't keep that in the barrel until I am almost done and I know the top is curled, then I just kind of pull down. That one was, I don't know what was going on with the first 2, but that's kind of what it normally looks like for me. So you twist it, kind of gradually make sure everything's getting curled, like you can tell what's in the barrel, and then pull down. That's the best way I found to do it. And so first 2 to the left, then you're just gonna alternate right, left, right, left. So then we're going to the left. And if you mess this up, like mess up the order, sorry about my baby, it doesn't really matter. But just adds a lot of dimension. So just slowly making sure you're curling the ends so you have everything evenly done, and there you go. So as you can see, I've been making my way around. I just wanted to pop on now and show you that obviously this side hasn't been curled yet. So once I get to like the middle of the back, that's where I like to do it at least. I don't think it really matters where, as long as it's not towards the very front. I like to go ahead and start doing the 2 to the right on the other side of the face, just so that if you're alternating and it's an odd number and you end up with 2 to the left or something, or you forget that you're supposed to do these 2 to the right, that the face frame part, which is the most noticeable, will at least be symmetrical on both sides, if that makes sense. So I just like to stop, go ahead and do these 2 to the right. So again, make sure you can get the bottom part after you know the rest is curled, drag down, and then I just keep going. And so there you go. This is what curling the bottom looks like. And of course this piece from the left goes with the rest of these, so it's a little longer, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's what it looks like for the bottom half. And I have a show on in the background, so sorry for the extra noise. But so I just wanted to say this, I forgot. For the first 2 strands, or at least the face framing area, I like to go backwards as much as possible. And don't worry about any return hairs. You know, you can use product to make those minimal. And I like to just pull back. It doesn't, I'm not sure how much it really does different. Blow drying is the best. If your hair is like all the way in front of your face, you're just gonna need to blow dry it back. But doing that at least gets you set up in the right direction, so the curls will hopefully fall best around the face. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show you just a few of these curls since it's longer hair now, and I do prefer to work with the longer hair. Once again, it's totally possible either way, but just personal preference as someone who has to curl a lot of wigs. Now you go to the right, because I already did the front 2 strands. So now you're working with more hair, so you can get it around a little bit more. The higher up you go, of course, the more curl you're gonna have, but I think these fall really nicely, and I just twist it sometimes if it feels like it's not doing it itself, and that helps lock in the curl. Once again, I'm doing very small segments here, if you can see that. You can. And this one goes to the left. I have this little bit hanging out, and then I slowly let it in once I feel like it's all curled. And that just takes practice, not to release the entire, whatever this trigger is. And see, sometimes it looks like really thick, but the product will help that, or you can just like kind of squish it. I was gonna mention that having one of these works best for me. I don't know if you prefer to hold the hair. I'm not very good at curling in general, like I mentioned earlier, so I really prefer to have the little trigger thing. Helps, obviously. So now I'm going to, or not quite to the back, but I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to the front and keep. The hardest part about the front is that if you don't curl, or you get more than the other, like I'm not super happy with that, so you can always try again. If you don't do them perfectly the same, then you're going to have an odd look, and sometimes it is a struggle to get them the same. I'd say those are pretty close, but see what I mean? Like even then, this one is getting curled, like the little lip is lower, so ideally this one would be twisted like this. So I can go back and try to fix this one, but like that's what I mean. Okay, so now the wig is fully curled and she looks gorgeous. So there you go. So like I said, we did not use this product for a while, but now we do, and I would never not use it. It's Kinder Perfect Blowout, light hold styling cream. So the, whatever it is, on the hold index, it's a 5. There you go. So you do not need a lot, obviously. Like, the whole goal is to not use a whole bunch of products, but I used like that much on my fingertip, and I mix it between, so my hands are all glossy, and I very lightly at first just kind of drag my fingers over. Then once I feel like there's not a bunch of clumps, I run my hands through. Now ideally you would let these curls be cool. I usually let them sit for a while, but I just run my hands through it. So some of these are still a little warm, and I usually don't recommend that, but just to show you. So as you can see, they're kind of just breaking up, and they're getting really pretty beachy wave looks. So I love this. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you totally can. I don't even brush the wigs anymore before we film them usually, because there really is no need, especially if you get a little bit of this on your hands. It helps tame any of the return hairs, which I think is the biggest battle with wigs. So lightly over the top, you can do it if you have return hairs you're struggling with, but once again, you do want to be careful not to get product like on the lace or near the lace or on the knots, because they can loosen and then your wig will not last as long. So anyways, I think she's gorgeous. I hope you do too, and I hope that this helps. Yeah, it's it's fun, and it took me a little while to get the hang of it, but it's really not that difficult. It's just some practice, and I'm sure you will do amazing at it and just have fun with it. So yeah, there you go.